Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating it's Tuesday, September 11th, 2018. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the many search for truth rules given to the search for truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And those rules include searching for truth when unusual signals come our way. The signals are messages for presences in larger dimensions or for important presences. And if we don't deliver the messages as clearly as we can, then we're not doing our jobs. And somebody's asking what we notice, and we notice that we're continuing our theme of filming with insects. And it's got to be an important message. And so the answer to the question is insects. There are so many love bugs right around here, and we can see outside the cloud of love bugs to where there are the normal amount of love bugs one might expect. So they are clustering where we are, which is not a pattern for love bugs in general.
That's true.
That's not how love bugs work. It's a pattern for mosquitoes, but not for love bugs. So this is clearly a message. This is a message. The answer to the question is insects, because there are these love bugs here, but there was also a blue dragonfly that's still out there, and it's just flying in circles around this open field, attempting to draw our attention to it. A large blue, very pretty dragonfly flying in circles. Maybe you can catch it from time to time as it flies through the frame. And in addition, our attention was brought to a multicultural wasp community that is set up on our front porch, where there are 3 different kinds of wasps. I hope you guys can see these love bugs, because there are so many it looks impossible. It looks like we're running a love bug experiment.
That's true.
And they're coming, I can see them coming from over the roof. They're
That's
just coming at us from all angles. They're coming from above the tree.
That's true.
So insects, look at this. Can you guys see it? We really hope you can see it. It's wild. The answer to the question is insects. It's more than just love bugs, because there's also the dragonfly who's really trying to get our attention, and he's been flying in circles for there he is, at least 5 minutes.
That's true.
And good for him or her. It could be good for her. And the wasp community, the point of the wasp community is that there are 3 different kinds of wasps living in harmony in a small area. The biggest nest is these wasps that are pretty mellow, and therefore we like to have them because they usually keep other wasps away.
That's true.
But there's some wind chimes that have some other kind of aggressive wasps living in them that we're not really excited about having there. And then there's a mud dauber who is also reasonably mellow, and he seems to be living on a pothos plant, and mud daubers don't live on pothos plants.
That's true.
So it's all very interesting, and it's a message of multicultural getting along or living without open warfare.
That's true.
For whom is the message, and why do you ask? Somebody's asking what we notice about the date, and the date is 9/11, and 9/11 in the United States has come to refer to a certain event that occurred in New York City and outside of Washington. I think, what was the year?
2001?
2001, that could be. And again, we remind everybody that history is written by the victors, so it's really hard to say how this will play out 50 years from now. It depends, actually, whether or not the warmongers are writing history for this country, or those who believe a diplomatic solution would be the way to go are writing history for this country. Because diplomacy really wasn't given a chance. And we did have the opportunity to set an example for the world of using diplomacy to resolve a difficulty. And we declined that opportunity and instead, under pretexts, invaded another sovereign nation.
That's true.
And that wasn't right. That was the wrong thing to do. And after the fact, it's been proven and publicized that the pretexts were wrong. It was just lies. So we shouldn't have done that. That was wrong of us. And yet we continue to memorialize this day as if it was somehow a good time in our nation's history rather than a shameful time. It's an event that occurred that was set in motion by a small group of people, and we reacted to it poorly, just as Hitler actually was a small group of one.
That's true.
And he set in motion an event, and many millions of people, rather than saying, I'm not going to do that crazy thing, instead did that crazy thing.
That's true.
It's similar, is that this small group of people took flight training actually in Venice, Florida, at a facility that we've been to
That's
because
true.
we lived in that area for 35 years, and for, I don't know, something less than 35 years because she's 26, so it can't be 35. Anyway,
true.
that we lived in, that occurred in an area in which we lived. So this small group of people, they thought they were just going to hit a building and smash some offices. They had no idea that the building was going to implode. That was so far beyond their wildest dreams of outcomes that it wasn't even on their map.
That's
and
true.
they felt that God had smiled upon them and delivered a divine miracle to them because they were simply trying to get the attention of the evil empire
That's true.
in New York and Washington. And then God smiled upon them and created this enormous implosion that they never thought was going to happen. They were just crashing their planes into buildings, giving their lives for whatever their cause was.
That's true.
And God smiled upon them, and now the U.S. was given an opportunity of how to react to this provocation. And we
true.
had a perfect opportunity to set an example for the world of acting like an adult. And instead we acted like adolescent boys,
That's true.
which is unfortunate. And our country is still not, as a collective, dealing with that fact. What now? What now? What now? What now? Can you guys see these bugs? We really hope... Hey guys, can you see these bugs? There are insects everywhere. The answer to the question is insects. Insects. This is just outrageous. They come to us when the dragonfly is still out there.
That's true.
Rock
Making circles.
on. Making circles, just circling in this field right outside. I'm sure he or she is coming through the camera frame. That's right there. It was in the camera frame. Just going around and around, and these love bugs are going around and around us. And they're coming from everywhere
That's true.
to be in the shot.
That's true.
Humans do this also. They come from everywhere to be in the shot. But the dragonfly is not trying to get in the shot. The dragonfly is just delivering a message. And the wasps aren't in the shot. They're
That's
just here
true.
delivering a message. The answer is wasps, dragonflies, love bugs. The answer is insects. For whom is the message? And why do you ask? The answer is insects.
That answer goes way up.
The answer goes way up. And it's not what they want to hear.
No.
That's not what they want to hear, and they say, "Are you sure?" These are clearly insects.
That's true.
The dragonfly is still flying around, very pretty, blue with a greenish head.
That's true.
Dragonfly, large dragonfly, flying around. So the answer is dragonfly flying in a circle, and a swarm of love bugs, and a multicultural wasp community on the front porch. For whom is the message? Why do you ask? They're grabbing onto that multicultural wasp
Yes, they are.
community as if it gives hope that maybe it's possible for warring factions to get along. What now? What now? What now? We know that we have seen flocks of birds, mixed flocks of species that don't normally fly together, that are flying together because there's 2 of one and 3 of another and 1 of another, and they're all flying together. We've seen that happening.
That's true.
The answer to the question is mixed flocks. I don't think that's the answer to the question. But
I know what someone is talking about.
What is someone talking about?
Someone is talking about there was a recent filming when there were a lot of love bugs around us in a swarm, kind of like this one, and someone upstairs said, well, at least they're keeping the mosquitoes away. And now someone else is saying, do you think the love bugs maybe are doing it on purpose?
Of course the love bugs are doing it on purpose. They're responding to a signal. A signal is coming and they're responding to it. It's like that, like choreographers, and they know that these steps go with this music and they don't really know why. And this is often how it is when we're channeling, when we listen to good musicians and they're just handling this tune. The musicians are not aware always of almost never are they aware of the depth of the story that the music is telling.
That's true.
When they're really channeling it in purely from way high up. So now the love bug cloud is clearing. The dragonfly is still flying in a circle, and we probably still have a multicultural wasp community on our front porch.
That's true.
We still think the answer to the question is insects. The answer is insects. It might be who is behaving appropriately.
That's what they're talking about.
Insects. Insects are behaving appropriately. The answer to the question is insects. For whom is the message? And why do you ask? I know what point they're making. I know what point they're making. It's that little guy who's going, I know what point they're making. The real fundamental choice in life, there's choice in every moment, because there's something that each of us is supposed to be doing in every moment, and it's right there in front of us in every moment. And the fundamental choice in life is to do that thing that we're supposed to do, or anything else. Do that thing or anything else. It doesn't matter. That's the choice. Do that one thing that we are being instructed to do. And if the insects are doing that which they are being instructed to do by wiser minds above them, then they're doing what they're supposed to do.
That's true.
And if we aren't doing that thing that we're being instructed to do, then we're not looking up to wiser minds above, asking up what now in order to accomplish my soul plan, basically, worded however you want to word it. Then breathing and doing whatever it is that the instruction is. And if the insects are doing it, good for them. So we think the answer to the question is, insects seem to be looking up to wiser minds above, asking up what now, breathing, and then doing whatever it is. Why do you ask? Insects. The dragonfly's still here.
That's true.
Still flying in a circle.
That's true.
The dragonfly's doing it. Can we do our jobs as well as the dragonfly? I wish we could.
Someone upstairs feels like finally you got it, what I was trying to throw down all that time.
Well, I'm glad. Well, the love bugs are here, that they're right at us. So I don't feel like I've gotten the love bug portion of the message.
That's true.
But maybe we did get the insect portion. The dragonfly is still flying in the circle. We know that when we actually get the message stops. That's how we know we got it. And it's not stopping. They're here. Out of proportion to expectations and what would make sense. And our next door neighbors noticed it. Their next door
That's true.
human neighbors noticed it.
Humans and bodies of this
humans
density.
and bodies of this density standing on our driveway saying, the love bugs are just right here where we are. And we laughed and said, yeah, we think they're following me. And the wife of the next door neighbors noticed. She said, yeah, they're not even over where her husband is standing. They're not even over there. Nope, they're not.
No, they're
just
not.
right here. So the love bug message has not been received. I'm sorry. I know the message is love bugs, but I don't know what it means. Other than that, it's completely wrong for love bugs to be here. They're not supposed to be here. And they're not supposed to be here now.
That's true.
It's a breakdown, biosphere breakdown. For him is the message. Why do you ask? How about this? The answer to the question is insects are living to their soul plans better than the rest of us are living to our soul plans. How about that? Is that it?
It's just really, really quiet.
Yeah, it goes way up. All right. We don't have anything else. Choose diplomacy. Choose
true.
diplomacy. This dragonfly, rock on, dude. Or dudette. Just going for it.